What's going on, y'all? It's your man Smash coming at you with another episode of the Smash Cast. All is this is episode 7. We gonna get into it today, y'all. I know I say it every episode, but this episode is some real shit, bro. Listen, I'm gonna get into some water here. Y'all know me, man. I'm just prefacing this. Y'all know me, dog. You can't handle the sadness, get the flying fuck out of here. This is what we do here, right? We discuss it. Um, I so today's episode, y'all, is about futility, understanding, accepting, realizing how futility isn't bad in certain situations. Everything has its place. Not everything is good at certain times, not everything is bad at certain times. People like to paint things as either good or bad when everything has its place. A big thing is change, and we're going to get into that later on. I just want to pull up dictionary.com so that I have pull up futility so I have a full understanding of what I'm talking about. Okay, change, let's say it first right now, change, just like futility, is good and bad depending on certain situations. But people will want you to believe that it's always good, which is not true. Futility is a noun. The plural, futilities. I didn't even know there was a plural of it. Fuck it. The quality of being futile, ineffectiveness, uselessness, a trifle or frivolity, something that's frivolous, you know. The large collection of futilities that clutter our mind, a futile act or event. So let's go into futile. Futile is an adjective which means incapable of producing any result, ineffective, useless, not successful, trifling, frivolous, unimportant. Attempting to force feed the sick horse was futile. And right quick, because I'm a dark skinned person and my brother likes to use this word for some reason on me, trifling means it's an adjective of very little importance, trivial, insignificant, of small value, cost, or amount, frivolous, shallow, light, mean, worthless. So when you see those hoochies and those niggas over there across the way, just know some of them motherfuckers is trifling. I thought trifling was some ghetto word created because I just heard about it recently, in my late teens. You trifling, this and that. I thought it meant dirty. No, you're trivial and insignificant. I wouldn't say trifling. I would just say you're a nigga. You're insignificant, unimportant, ignorant. That word is thrown around a lot without context. Um, it is what it is. I'm gonna keep dictionary.com. My charger cable was wrapped up in the other cables. Come on, okay. Let's go to change right quick. Right? Let's just go to change right quick. Okay, Jesus. It's a verb. Okay, it's a bunch of things. There's a lot here. Let's go with to make the form, nature, content, future course, etc. of something different from what it is or from what it would be if left alone. And that's the best answer. Well, that's a verb. Noun, the act or fact of changing, fact of being changed. A variation or deviation. Transformation, modification, alteration. All right. Now we got school out the way. Let's get into it. So, boom. Why do I want to talk about futility today? Because futility, I hope I'm saying that right, not being an asshole. Futility. Okay, there's a lot of things in this world that are futile, right? A lot of things. And you learn this as you grow and as you go on. Many, many things. And usually these things are products of nature, things that Gaia has installed in us, and everything that you cannot avoid. Something that you just gotta fucking deal with at some point or another. Hardship, tragedy, mercy, I don't want to say clarity. I don't want to say, just to name four, two in the negative, two in the positive. Hardship, tragedy. Those are a bit negative but necessary. And then you got mercy, which is like the universe throwing you a bone. That's that mercy. She'll beat you down to high hell, but then she'll throw you this one thing as like all right, here you go, motherfucker, reward for letting me fuck with you for so long and rolling with the punches, being a good sport. That's that mercy. And then with tragedy comes, I guess, prosperity. The rose in the concrete. From I guess that's a good one. I mean, people who have gone through hell, who have died and made it to heaven. That's a nice saying that I've heard. Everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. You know what I mean? Which says a lot about society. That's today's society, frankly. Everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. Older generations weren't afraid that. Well, can't say they weren't afraid, but they were like, we're going to go die because we have no choice. So, saying it like that. And, things like this, you got to roll with the punches. You have to persevere. You have to go forward. Well, you don't have to do anything. You could easily sit back and stew in your sadness. Stew in whatever is ailing you. And you don't have to do anything. But if you don't do anything, you're not going to get anywhere. And then you're just going to be stuck doing the same thing over and over again. And the things that you can't get out of, I'm trying to fucking introduce this topic very skillfully. It's like we grow, we're born, we and then things happen. We grow, we live life, whatever that might be, whatever life has placed us in, good or bad, and we adapt to it. We adapt to it from how we ourselves do it and by the people around us. Nature and nurture. You're not you don't choose who you're born into. But you can choose what life you choose to live. There are people born in with easier access, and then there are people who have to fight for everything they've had, for whatever, for however long. Things like that we have control over. People don't like to say they don't, but you do. At the end of the day, you do have a choice to do whatever you want. Doesn't mean you will, doesn't mean you have to, but you do have a choice. Things like death and time, the natural order, we don't have control over. Where we take a piss, we have control over. Versus when we die, believe it or not, we don't have control over. So it's like I could eat whatever I want. Some people don't die. This 600-pound motherfucker is still somehow alive with a pulse for some reason. But then you got this fit person, 27, in shape. They're not basketball prime anymore, but they're living and they could die any moment because they got some immune deficiency or whatever the fuck, but they run, they eat right, they do this and do that. And not even to mention, oh, fucking piano falls out the sky. So, like things like that, you just gotta live life to the fullest. Time is a commodity that is in short supply. When you crack time down to the minute, we look at time by the day, by the hour. We got all of it. But then you break time down to the minute and then to the second. Time ain't shit. We ain't got a lot of it, y'all. You sitting on YouTube watching 5 minute videos of whatever the fuck. Oh, it's 5 minutes, this and that. You know what can happen in 5 minutes, Jack? A lot. A lot can happen in 5 minutes. Off rip. I have a test that I had to take for my radio school, and I finished it before I did this. So I already submitted it, texted my head programmer, told him, hey, Alex, I finished it. I'm done. Check it out when you can. Okay. I procrastinated my ass off before doing it. Watching these stupid ass videos that have nothing to do with this fucking assignment that I have. Ain't got nothing to do with it. But I'm doing it because I don't want to do no work, even though it's a multiple choice test. And the curriculum is literally, the textbook is right in front of me, and I can flip between the textbook. And I can flip between the textbook and the test. Like, literally is how much more hand. The only way it can be more handholdy is if somebody literally gives me the answers. But I still took my time. And when you realize how little time we actually have, how much time, there's different perspectives. To children, time is in abundance, but to a 20-year-old, ain't enough time. 17-year-old, you don't give a shit about nothing. So I do all this. Where am I going with this? You know, let me give y'all a little story right quick. So recently we had to put my dog. I mean, he wasn't my dog, but he was a family dog. Recently, like motherfucking Sun Saturday. No, Sun. Yeah, Saturday, 13th. No, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Hold on. 10th. My fault. The 10th. We had to put the family dog down. It was my sister's dog. He was given to me. He was given to us. I keep saying me because I took care of him for a good minute. For a real long time, I took care of him. He was basically my dog. He was given to my sister by her godfather, one of my father's closest friends, and he breeds pugs. And I hold on. Because I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do this shit right. I had this shit go way better in my fucking head. And it's been too long for me to start over. I can't start over. All right. Let me take it from the beginning. So in 2007, my sister's, my father's friend, get like all right. So you know how kids want a dog. We want a dog. We want a dog. They go like that's how kids, they want a pet for whatever reason. And we've always had turtles and fish, but you can't hug a turtle. You can't. Well, you can hug a turtle, but motherfucker gonna bite. And you can't hug a fish without killing it. So there's only so many pets that you can have, and kids want a dog. So we bugged our parents to high hell to get a dog, and I don't know how the process went, but my father's friend was giving dogs away. He was breeding his pugs, and my parents asked us, "Yo, do you really want a dog? Are you gonna take care of it? Are you gonna feed it? Or, are you gonna do all this and all that?" And we were like, "Yeah, of course we're gonna do it." You know, it's fucking 2007. Right? I'm 9. Right? I'm 9. My sister's 8, and my brother's 11. Fuck, we know about taking care of a dog. Not a goddamn thing. And so, we get the dog. He's 2 months old. Literally, he was born. He's 2 months old. So he's young. Like you're not supposed to sell a dog before the first 2 months. Like after the first 2 months, you could sell him because he needs those 2 months to grow and socialize with his brothers and sisters and his family and whatnot. But after the first 2 months, things get a little easier. We showed him our grandmother. And We showed him our grandmother, and everything was chill and all that. We already had. She had a dog. She had mad dogs like over her years, but she had this one dog she kept outside. That's a different story that I can't even tell. But this was our first real dog. Like lived in the house and whatnot. That other dog was her dog, and we took care. We're irresponsible kids, man. We over the years, we argued about taking care of them and who was gonna feed him, who was gonna walk him, and we wanted to love this dog as much as we could. And it wasn't always us. Sometimes my parents were, my mom especially was on some bullshit. It was cold one night. I remember my father telling me the story. It was cold one night, and we were like, "Ma, it's cold. Like it's mad cold in the house. Can we bring Rocky into the room?" And my mom was like, "No, he's got fur. He'll be all right. He's fat. He'll be all right." And we were like, "Ma, no, he's not gonna be all right. It's cold out here." She's like, "No." And we were like, "Fuck." And my father, he always woke up mad early, and so when he goes out, when he gets up, he sees Rocky in his cage shivering. He told us, he was like, yo, when I woke up, I saw that dog shivering, so I put a blanket over his cage, and then he stopped. I was like, the fuck? Like, what, we got fucking, what, you think we're bullshitting? Like, it's cold out here, the dog is cold. It's like, oh, he's got fur. Nah, he ain't built like that. Pissed me off to this day. And we were all irresponsible to some degree, some more than others. And it's like, you know, man, it's like, we were just. I look back at it, man. I was like, we were so fucking irresponsible. We were loving. We did love him, and a puppy. He was a fucking puppy, and you're learning as you go, and things take time, and as time goes on, and you do things, you walk the dog, you play with the dog, you train the dog, you teach the dog, take care of the dog. Things go, things smooth out. You know, I want to say about. I don't remember like Mans was always fat and lazy, right? But he still had hella energy, no matter what. Still had mad energy for a pug. Pug, so we we went like still had mad energy, and we never abused them, right? We never hit or kicked him, like not like that. I mean, he got a newspaper from time to time. He got a smack on the ass, just like a stop it. What are you doing? Flick in the face. Stop it. You know. He got that. He got that. You got a dog around kids, man. Kid, just who are dealing with their own shit outside, inside the house, like just like things are going on, and over the years things change. The leash goes in between. It changes hands. The leash was switched between different hands, and which in itself causes conflict for other people, in the house, and that's it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, but you gotta take care of the dog. Who gives a fuck how you feel? You gotta take care of that fucking dog. And I mean, I look back at those bad times. I look back at those times that we did to him. Where we did a bunch of stuff to him, and I feel fucked up about it. But I look at the good times, and I'm just like, you know what? Those are some fucking great times. Those are some really good times. Love those times. So, you know, fucking excellent. And, no matter how bad I feel that we did that stuff to him, I realize that he was needed. He was needed. He was needed. Like a dog. A dog. A dog around kids is gonna see some kind of bullshit. A dog in a family is gonna see some kind of bullshit. It's gonna see all sides. That dog ain't just a dog. That's a member of the family. If you really give a fuck, that's a member of the family. And how I see it, kids need a pet, man. Kids need a pet to really teach them, to teach them things that parents can't teach them, like irresponsible children, getting a giant responsibility, taking care of a life, like especially if the parents are like, "Yo, we're not gonna take care of this dog like that. We'll help out from time to time, but buy food and whatnot because children can't buy food." So it's like, we'll do that. But as for walking, cleaning, medicine, this and that, you guys got to deal with it. So it's like, okay. And you have to force that responsibility on kids, man, to teach them that they got to be able to take care of this dog, this life. Not just this dog, this life. And I like that's important for any child to learn have a deep responsibility, a battery and a motive to care about something greater than themselves. That's important. That's insanely important because, like, some people do grow up, and this doesn't just go for pets. This can go for whatever people feel is about. Like some people, how I feel about dogs, some people feel about fish. I'm like, all right, fuck it. So it's a fish. I like having fish. I'm not gonna invest in all that. Like my mother and her boyfriend, they're fish people. Especially my mom's boyfriend. He's got a 1 ton aquarium in his house. I don't fucking know. Among like a baby tank, a nursery, a small tank. Like he invests money into his fish, man. And I just look at it, I'm like, fuck out of here, bro. Like they're fish, bro. Chill. And I get me a tank, but not like how this dude has. This dude, I mean, it's a beautiful tank. They're beautiful tanks, but I'm like, shit, man, they're fish. Fuck. But like so it is what it is. But it's like for people, and think of it like this, man. Like for parents to trust their kids with another life is says a lot for the parents. Like I want to say a lot. I'm trying to lighten around this. Like I just said, it's like when you got to put people in a position that forces them to be responsible, whether it's now or whether it's later. I'm still irresponsible to a degree. I think everybody's irresponsible to a degree. Everybody's irresponsible to a degree, but I think there's a way to shake a lot of that out of people early on, and that is through a pet. That is through getting another family member and installing in them and teaching them, training them what it's like to take care of something that isn't yourself. You know, that isn't. Like, how about the take care of something that isn't even part of your family and bring it into your family. Take this, take this life. this dog, cat, plant, and and take this and take care of it, nurture it, make it live to see its full life. Like that says a lot. That you would put on a 9-year-old, an 8-year-old, an 11-year-old. Like it says a lot. And if a child, if not at first, later down the line, is able to do that with help or without help, is an accomplishment. You know, it's something that should be looked at as how it should be looked at as a beginning point, as a starting point. Like you know how to take care of something else. You do in that other life. It can teach you empathy, sympathy, kindness, hospitality, which are all traits that you can then install in yourself and then install in other people. And then when you get older, install in your child if you ever have one, or another pet. And I don't even I honestly don't like to use the word pet. Never have because I always I'm one of those fucking people that call they children like they pets their children. Like I got Amy right here. That's my daughter. Rocky was my sister's son. So like that was my nephew. That was my brother's nephew. My mother's grandson. Jesus, my grandmother's great grandson. Like shit like that. That wild shit because it's like people see that trivial. I see that as it's real. I'm in charge of this life. I'm in charge of this life. If people, frankly, if I'm be real, if people can adopt a child and say, "Yo, I'm your father, I'm your mother," why the fuck can't I call this dog my daughter? Yes, there's a species difference. Yes, a human child is not the same as a human as a dog. There's a lot of similarities, but they are still different beings. But I'm also like, I'm in charge of this thing. I'm in charge of it. Whatever happens is reflects onto me. You know, even in older kids, even if it's not, you don't see a person as like a father or a mother. That's a father figure. That's a mother figure. It's a parental figure. Even though they're not your parent, it's still something to look at. That I give up my time to make sure that this being can go to the bathroom, can eat, has enough water. I donate my money to make sure that she has enough food, to make sure that she's clean, you know, stuff like that. And whatever happens, I need to make sure that she, her ears work, her tail works, that she's permanent. Everything that happens reflects on me. So for me not to call him my child, I'm like, man, listen, you know, well, we see things differently. The level of responsibility changes when you're older. Changes when you actually feel and see the difference of depth, when you can perceive things at a greater level. Bro, when Amy was younger, right? So Rocky was about 5. It was 2012 when Amy was born. She was born in December, right? And Shit, did we bring her in February? Should have. Fuck it. And they literally, my brother literally just asked me, "Yo, you want a dog?" I was like, "Yeah, fuck, I'll take a dog." My mom was like, I don't know how, I don't remember how my mom agreed to it. Just like, yo, let's get another dog. I'm like, all right, we just got another dog. Shit. and, and she's mine. And she was smaller than a fucking floor tile, boss. Smaller than a floor tile. Like, buck wild, boss. Like, she really fit in a floor tile when she was younger. And I was in charge in 2012. I was 14. Bro, I'm in high school. I'm I'm taking jujitsu. I'm jerking off every night. I'm playing video games. I ain't trying. Like, yeah, I want a dog in theory. In reality, nah. I just wanted a fucking like. Cause in my head, I was thinking like I'd basically have a fucking Pokemon. Like I just Pavlov's dog type shit. Like, yo, eat, sleep, attack, play sports, whatever the fuck. I'm thinking some cartoon bullshit that's in my head, bro. But without even realizing how much training would go into what I'm thinking about. I'm 14. I'm a lazy motherfucker. Like, I'm getting more responsible by the day, but like, I'm still lazy, bro. I'm still a lazy motherfucker. So, like, while I was playing video games, my mom was setting up her crate. That shit still haunts me to this day. Like the fact that I allowed that to happen. I should have been the one setting that shit up, not her. Mm-mm. Shame on me. It is what it is. You can't take back the past, but you gotta. But like every day, I had to train that dog. We took her to training classes. We got her leashes and collars. The vet. Like we took her to the vet. Like we made sure she had the right food, milk. I had to play with her, which was a bitch and a half. Playing with a fucking pup, which was fun. It was fun. Actually, it was actually a lot of fun playing with a puppy, bro. Like like she's a border collie husky, so she loves the snow. So and I love snow, so it was hella easy to fucking play with this puppy. Hella easy. Um, Problem is though, is that she loves snow a little too goddamn much, and she bite when she would like bite me. It wasn't like a like she wasn't trying to fucking rip my leg off or nothing, but it's like a playful bite. But she would have that energy. She would put more energy in her bite, so I would actually most of the scars. She would actually leave scars, and most of the scars on my fucking body were created by dogs. You think I'd be an emo motherfucker? No, 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 no. I was having fun. I was just playing with my dog. But bro, like as many good times as there were, bro, I was frustrated than a motherfucker. I was frustrated with her, man. As much fun as I was having playing outside, throwing a ball, having her run around, and seeing that happy ass look on my kid's face, man, I was like, bro, I'm not, cause now I'm really in this position. Like Rocky was the beginning of my responsibility. And then fast forward 5 years, I have my true responsibility. He's not even my dog, and I'm taking care of him. But then here's my actual dog. I have to take care of her. Nobody else is in charge of her but me. So I gotta I gotta motherfucking bro crate okay crate training every night, barking, whining, just like, and then she barks, she whines. I gotta get up 5 a.m. to go walk her. 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Walk her, cause she's gotta go out. Cause we're crate trainer, we're trying to fucking house trainer, and she ain't having it. Of course, she don't want. She in a dark ass room. She a child. She wants to be with daddy. but she's barking, and I'm up just living dead, just sleepwalking, literally half alive. And if my father was here, he could attest to this. He's seen me sleep standing up sometimes, bro. Just like he was. I call him looking at me a few times, just fucking, bro, you fucking like smiling and shit. I'm like, what you smiling at, man? He said, he was like, I've been there. I've been there. It was like hell, man. But I was happy, and thank fuck I was in high school when that shit was going down. Because had I had a real job, bro, like had I had a legit job, that shit would not fly, bro. I don't know how I would do it. I don't know how I would do it. I would have had to learn, but that shit was crazy, man. Sleeping while standing up, waking up at 2 a.m. just to take her out. Shit was crazy, bro. Like I always go back to those moments because those moments were like the closest thing to a child that I've had. Like, 'cause those moments were different, different. So, like, that was buck wild. And those moments were lovely, but they and as I got older, I started to take more care of her, and I upped my game up. Like when I had my job, I had to buy food and everything. It came to a point where my mother was only paying for her medical bills. That's it. And let me tell y'all something right quick. Anybody who says it's expensive taking care of a dog is full of shit. It's not. It's not that expensive. It really isn't. Let's say depending on what kind of dog you have, it can be expense. It can be an expense, but not expensive. You know, like if you have a sick dog, obviously, if you have a sick person, it's gonna be expensive. If you have a sick dog, it's gonna be expensive. Like, come on. Like, like German shepherds have heart issues. You get a German shepherd, you're gonna be paying medical bills, boss. You have a pug. You have no, not even just a pug. You have a dog with floppy ears. You're gonna have medical expenses because with the floppy ears, I've had Amy. Amy's 8, going on 9. She has never had an ear infection in her whole life because the way that the ears is designed, floppy ears cannot breathe as well as the air cannot circulate and kill the bacteria and whatever from floppy ears because they're not open canals. So, like off rip, if you get a floppy ear dog, as cute and adorable as they may be, bro, you're gonna get health expenses. You take away that medical shit, bro. A lot of your problems go. A lot of the real issues go to fuck away, bro. Off rip. Expensive in money, not that much. Expensive in time, yes, very much, especially early on. The fuck. But when they turn into adults, they mesh into whatever fucking nook you are in. They still get lonely, they still get depressed, they still get anxious, but if you live in a lazy lifestyle, they'll be lazy with you. If you live in a high energy lifestyle, they'll be high energy. So it's like, get the fuck out of here. Just like that, bro. So food, the most expensive thing you'll be spending money on is food. And that is just if you buy in surplus, bro, you ain't gotta buy food again for another 2 months, bro. Like I said, this all depends on dogs. I don't like I don't have a dog over like my mom is taking care of her boyfriend's Rottweiler, and that dude can go through food mad easy, but she don't feed him like that because he's gotta lose weight. So off rip, we're saving food. So it's like, get the fuck out away from me with that. Dog's expensive. You must never had a dog before, Buster. Or you must have a Great Dane. You fucking fiend Scooby. That's what's up. Something like that, bro. Like it's different for every dog, bro. It's different for every dog. But anyway, back to the main point. Where am I going with this story? Well, the story, guys, you know, it's important for people to install themselves, to give themselves that kind of responsibility early on, so that they can fill in niches that they probably wouldn't have filled in until later on, and then they would be fucked up. Part of the problem is that people don't take care of things early on enough, and I think getting something like a pet when they're younger would help them out a lot to fill in a lot of niches that they didn't think that they would need filled, a lot of boxes and whatnot. Now, the real thing is that when you neglect a dog, when you neglect anything, it it dwindles. You treat it like it's trifling. Thing it starts to wear down, and life already, nature is already taking its course with the aging process, and you're not helping out at all because you're not doing anything you're supposed to do. You're too lazy, too busy, whatever your reason is. You're just upset. You're like you're not doing it for whatever reason, and then you get upset when it's sick. Makes you think. Makes you reflect on things. It really does make you look back and it makes you wonder, had I done this, would things have been different? Would things have extended time a lot longer? Would I have gotten another year, a few more months? In all honesty, no. You would have made homie more comfortable. That's what you really would have done. Which you should have done. Off rip. Because he can't clean his own ears. He can't wipe the gunk out of his face. And if you really loved him, you'd make him more comfortable. No matter what you do, there's gonna be some things that get in your way that you can't that won't allow you to move forward. No. No matter what you do, life will happen. And the only thing you can do is be there and watch while life happens. Life doesn't care about how you feel. It cares about how it thinks you would. Life doesn't care about how you feel. Life only thinks that you would that you would need this to. I don't even fucking know. I don't even know. Life don't give a fuck, guys. Life doesn't care how you feel. Life doesn't care what happens. People don't give a shit about you. They don't. Or they do until it's time to give a shit. And then they wonder, oh man, I should have done that, should have, would have, could have, this and that, and this. They don't give a fuck. Okay? It's best you learn that now and be alright with it. We're all bad to some extent. We're all poor to some extent. I don't mean poor as in pockets, I mean poor as in quality. Like that, alright? There was nothing that we could do to save Rocky, to prolong his life, to keep him going further. He was in physically, immune system, he was excellent, in excellent condition. The only thing wrong with, for a dog his age, he was 14. The only thing wrong with him was that his pancreas was producing 3 times the regular count of white blood cells. He was supposed to have 15,000, he had 45,000. There was an operation we could do, but there was a low chance he could survive it at his age. The doctor didn't even talk about pricing. She just said off rip, he may not survive. Do you want to take that chance? And it's like, we gotta really look at it because he wasn't eating. He was barely drinking water. And I'm like, if this fat motherfucker stopped eating, stopped drinking water. I seen how he drank water. Literally the day before, he drank it slowly. I've never seen him drink water slowly. Never. He never drank water slowly, except for like his first month when he was figuring out what water was. You know? That's it. I've never seen him drink water slowly like that. And then I was like, something's really up. And he didn't even drink a lot of water. He drank some water, a little bit of water. There was nothing we could do. Everywhere we turned, Grim was knocking on the door. So we had to do what we had to do. It's not the first time we put a dog down. We've done that before. But the process is never easy. Well, actually, I'm wrong. This process was kind of easy. It's a little easier. It was easier. We made it easy because we knew. I mean, our first dog, the first dog we put down, he was old. I didn't have a lot of time with him. I grew up with Rocky. I grew up with him. He was a family dog. First dog, Fingers was his name. German Shepherd Lab mix. He spent most of his time at my grandmother's house. While he was primarily supposed to be my brother's dog, he was too young to take care of that dog. So my grandmother took care of him. He was hit the hardest when Fingers went. We had to put him down, but it's Finger. I love Fingers, but Fingers, the hierarchy. You know what I'm saying? Like, just, I didn't grow up with him. When we had to put Rocky down, it was really a fight of extended. It was we were fighting with each other. No, we weren't. It was us versus my sister because we just wanted one more day. She wanted to do it immediately because she wanted to put him out of his misery. Why would I let him suffer for another day? Take care of it now. Why would I be that selfish to have him suffer for one more day? I'm sitting here. I'm like, I'm just like trying to talk to him. I'm like, I said because we can't. You're not the only one who took care of him. You're not the only one that took care of him. The fuck, like, there's nothing else I could say. Like, I just want. I don't need a month. I'm not in denial. I'm not one of these people who fucking have their dogs live way longer than their biological lifespan just because they're too selfish and scared of loss. I just want one day, just one day, to absorb and take in and just understand, come to terms with, just one day. That's all I asked out of her, and she wasn't having it. I'm like, that's not my dog, and I mean, like the way I could have done, like, it's not my dog. I can't make that choice. She's that one when she's got to fucking, she's got to be down for it. Even though I took care of him for a good minute, at the end of the day, he is her dog. And I don't blame her. Like, she wasn't in the wrong for doing what she wanted. For being on that mindset. Neither were we. No, that's the thing. Nobody was wrong. Nobody was wrong. It's really am. It's just like, so we made the arrangements, and literally that argument happened Thursday, and then we took him in on Saturday. And you would think, oh yeah, Friday to be with him. Like, no. The fuck happened on Friday? What happened? Something, whatever. Something happened on Friday. I didn't spend a lot of time with him, but I was forced to come to terms with it. But they came to me and told me the plan. I didn't have a day, so they went to the doctors, and they made the arrangements right there at that appointment on Friday. And I was like, all right. That's it. He's going down tomorrow. He's going down tomorrow. I told my brother. My brother couldn't fucking take it. He was hooting. He was howling, bawling. Heard him from outside. That's how. That's how fucked up he was. He wanted no part in this. So, and guys, I wasn't upset. I wasn't mad. I wasn't sad. You know what I was? I was at peace, boss. I was at peace. Cause listen, everything we fucking put that dog through, Jack, when he was younger, and everything we weren't doing for him, it's just like, at least he won't be in pain no more. And no matter how, because here's the thing, even if we did give him everything he needed, and we weren't so fucking selfish and lazy, it still would it would have came back. Everything would have just came back, come back stronger, and especially in his old age, it would have just came back. How how strong? Can't tell you, but it would have just came back. Pugs notorious for having ear issues, back issues, just like you know. And that wasn't the shit that was killing him. It was the pancreas, which came out of fucking nowhere. Came out of because of old age. Came out of old age. That's where the pancreas shit came from. So when he, so I was at peace. I was like, you look at two instances, right? I'm in the shower. I'm like, You watch Troll Hunters when when my son shit when my son R kills. I forget. I always forgot homie's name, bro. I'm forgetting names. When Droll Kanjigar's son, look up Troll Hunters and you'll see what I'm talking about. Just when R killed Ken, what's his face's son. Okay, when Droll's father was avenged, he let out this sigh, this breath that said, "My father is avenged." And then you look at the TF2 Meet the Medic trailer, right? Those short. You see Heavy right after his chest heals, and he's like, felt like that. Felt just like that. Look that shit up. TF2 Meet the Medic. When Heavy's chest heals and he takes that breath, that's what that shit felt like. Boss, like, and I ain't going front. I cried in the shower. Well, not out of sadness. Well, it was a little sad. Yeah, I was sad, bro. Like, he's going, bro. He's going, but like, he's not gonna be here no more. Yeah, I'm fucked up. I'm still a little fucked up. I'm still fucked up. But like, I was like, take care of him, bah. That's it. I was just like, take care of him. That's it, bro. Like, I'm not a heaven or hell kind of guy, but I dipped my toe in that water for a little bit. Just like, take care of him. Like, he rolled up to my father's house and whatever fucking heaven, and just like, oh shit. He's like, come on in, because my Rocky and my father never actually got along. They just had like a mutual respect for each other, like just as like older men. So I mean, even though when my father died, Rocky was like, he was 8. My father died, so yeah. Either way, that's how I feel about it. They just like they had a mutual, just like stay the fuck out of my way, I'll stay the fuck out of yours kind of vibe. Um, so yeah, like that's how I feel about it. Just like, hey man, come on in. We got food and water, PlayStation, the fuck a PlayStation at Xbox. Nah, my father didn't play no video games. But yeah, nah, like that's just what was running through my head. Just like they're just up there chilling, and yeah, that's a comforting thought. That's why my head's there. But that's where I'm at, man. It's like cause when I told my homies, they said that shit. They said that, bro. Well, not they. One of my boys said, bro, at least he's not suffering anymore. And I told him, I was like, yo, bro, listen, don't give me none of that bullshit, bro. Don't give me none of that bullshit. My father's dead, bro. I don't give a fuck about none of that. At least he don't say none of that. Don't fucking hit me with none of that horse shit, bro. I understand why you said it. I'm gonna let it rock this one time, bro. But off rip, homie. Don't say that shit again, bro. Fuck all that noise, my nigga. Fuck all that noise, bro. I know he ain't suffering no more. I don't need you to fucking say it. Because when we talk about death around people, they don't know what the fuck to say. They just be like, insert whack ass comment right here that you can't back up nor give a shit about. You just saying it just to fucking try to make me feel better. When in all honesty, you ain't got to say a goddamn thing. Just shut the fuck up and let me speak my piece. And so we can get the fuck up out of here. Wolf rip. You ain't got to say nothing. Just shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Don't say nothing. I'd rather have you dead with the homie than say anything you need anything at all. Go ahead and kill yourself. Hudson's that way. Shit, I'll drive you there my damn self. Anyway, Jack, So that's what's up. Just like, and man, let me tell you, when I made my peace with homie that night, I made my peace with him, and then my brother came in before I went to sleep. My brother came into my room, and he needed a hug, and he had like a whole moment in my room, just like he just needs somebody to talk to. Everybody else was asleep. I was just like, all right, do whatever you gotta do, dog. He just needed a moment. It's like he didn't come the next day. Like when we took Rocky, it was me, my mother, my sister, and my sister's boyfriend. We rolled up there, and I'm straight faced all the time. I'm like, yeah. And I'm fucked up. I got a little hole in my chest. Cause like, we're really gonna do this. And so we get into. Doctor took us quick. Like I go take a piss, and the next thing I know, like, it's time for us. So she takes it. So we go into this other room, which was actually the last room I believe we had him in, which is funny enough. And this doctor, this wasn't no random doctor. This was a doctor we've had. Like this was his doctor. So so this was his first doctor. So he died with this doctor, which I thought was cool as fuck, in a way. Just like this is his hospital. He went. He was going here. He went here, bro. Hold on, I'm stretching. Anyway, bro, like shit didn't shit didn't get hard until they put that needle in him, bro. Like I kind of wanted to cry while we were there. I was on my man shit. I was like, I don't mean man like macho manly man. No, just like in case something happens, I'm reserving my emotions until I don't have to. I was strong until I didn't have to be anymore. And then when they put that needle in, I was like, okay, now I can let go. Now I can cry. Cause bro, off rip, you never know what's gonna fucking happen until you get to that point. Something could dead ass happen before, during, and after. And while everybody's upset and crying and all that, somebody's gotta be on guard. Say what you will, I don't give a shit. Somebody's gotta be on guard. And when he went, I was just like, that's when I started crying. And my man, when they put the needle in him, he got up right quick. He was like, and then you heard his last breath exit his body, just as he laid down for the last time. Shit was crazy. And my fucking sister was going crazy, bro. Just screeching. Screeching, I need my baby. Mom, I need my baby. Baby, baby. Just fucking going crazy, bro. Just crazy. Just fucking screeching. I don't think she ever went this high before. Shit, whole damn building heard her. My mother's fucking got her embraced and shit. I'm just like, fuck. It's crazy, man. It's real buck wild, man. Just like, that's the family dog, dude. It's the family dog. We had to just, we had to do it. And when so we were there for I don't even know how long. We left maybe not half hour, 40 minutes in that room. You know what I mean? And my man pissed all over the floor and shit. Nah, no, he didn't. He like this was while Fingers released his bowels, Rocky released his bladder. So this is crazy. Cause you know, bodies, you know, you release what your bodily functions whenever you go down. And I swear to you, bro, he went his death position was in the same position he slept in. So he didn't look out of place. Like when Fingers died, like he still looked like he was in a little bit of pain and agony. That dog never looked happy off rip. Let me tell you, boys. Rocky, his death position was just fucking laying down, his sleep position, one of his sleeping positions. It's like, so it was like, hey man, it's just asleep. It's just asleep. Nah, but it was all right. He looked all right. Frankly, honestly, in my eyes, he looked at peace. Like you got man, 14-year-old pug man. Pugs live to see 13, 15. And then some assholes take them there. Some pugs can live for it's always outliers and shit. But some assholes keep them to like 2021. I don't fucking understand that shit. I hate that shit. I really do. Like I fucking hate that shit. Why'd you do it? Cause you couldn't do it. You couldn't dare have this dog live without this dog. I'm like, okay, well, you're an asshole. Off rep. Oh, why would you say that? Oh, I couldn't live without him. Well, who gives a fuck? It's not about you. It's not about you. 21 years? A day. I understand a day. But 21 years? No. No, no, no. 6 years over the average? No. Fuck out of here. So, it is what it is. It's like that, man. Bro, I smelled him for the last time. We had to clear out of there. And honestly, bro, it was hard, man. Like first of all, that's a smell. You smell a dog, bro, I don't give a fuck. Bro, I smell dogs, bro. I don't give a fuck. I like to smell them. And Rocky had a particular scent about him, bro. That it's just like he had a particular smell about him, and I swear to you, I don't give a fuck, bro. There ain't gonna be no other smell just like that, bro. I'll never smell that scent again. It wasn't the scent of dog, it was the scent of Rocky. And then, motherfucking, bro, honestly, you know what was the hardest part? Closing the door. This would be the last time I saw his body. Closing that door, bro, was fucking hard. I was the last one out. He held the door for me. I'm like, man, get the fucking. Since his boyfriend held the door, I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here. Really, like, Really was hard, man. Like that last. Yeah, man. And then we set up the urn. Then, we set up that process and everything. And then what? We drove back home. Took a nap. I had to take a nap. Amy was all right. She she came to terms with it a long time ago. She grew up with Rocky. She knew Rocky her whole fucking life. So she was all right. She understood. She knew. And I took a nap because I had an event to go to with APJ boxing. That shit's coming out soon. I could really go for some wontons right now. I ain't gonna front. I could fuck up some wonton soup. So what you need when you feeling fucked up? Get you a little wonton soup in you, bro. Set you up real nice. Nah, but and then when we got back to the house, like I go to my event, this and that and this, and then when I get back to the house later on, that's when I really felt. That's when I really saw like he's not here no more. Like I just walked into the house. Amy was there. I get to the top of the stairs and I'm just like, oh shit, he ain't here no more. He really ain't here no more. Cause usually when I come into the house, I'm greeted by a pug, like, or I'm hearing the fucking click clack of his nails on the floor. I'm hearing him drink water. His tags are clicking against the metal bowl. I'm hearing sneeze. I'm hearing something, bro, from this motherfucker. I'm hearing something, right? Like just whatever. And I was just like, I stood there for like 3 minutes, bro. Just like he really ain't here no more, bro. He's really not here anymore. Fucked me up, bro. Off rip fucked me up. And that was really it. After that was really it. There's nothing else. It's nothing else. He, Rocky's gone. There's nothing else to say. He's gone. He ain't coming back. And that kid's goes into what I'm trying to formulate. Understanding, coming to terms with the inevitable. Understanding that you don't have as much power as you think you do. And you might have a lot of power and you have power and control. You're the master of your own universe, but even the master, there's a grand master. You ain't gonna top Gaia. You're not gonna top her. No matter how much control you try to have, you cannot top Gaia. She is the Almighty. So, this is what I'm trying to tell people. Like, you, this is what you have to learn. That there are things in this world that you don't have control over. Like, it's futile to fight. Futile to think you're gonna live forever. You're gonna ain't shit can happen to you. You invincible. You indestructible. You, that whole chestnut. It's bullshit. At the end of the day, we're part of this. We're part of this fucking. We're part of the food chain, guys. It's feudal. A lot of things are out of your power. You need to see and recognize what is and what isn't in your grasp. In that moment, like let's go back right quick to to Rocky's final moment. I had power over my emotions. I had control. I could say, except for that moment I had when I was in the shower, I had full control of my emotions. I didn't, I was all right, clear headed, focused. I was at peace. I came to terms with it. I understood what happened. It was a long time coming. It is what it is. I couldn't stop the process. I could only handle what was in front of me. I could not handle what was over me. Like Rocky going down, you can't stop that. But you can control things like what how you feel, how you deal with it, how you move on, how you process it. Yeah, how you process it, how you move on, how do you remember that you have power of, that you have control of, you know? And I'm not even gonna get into futility like other shit like you don't have power over people and that's a different that's something else that I don't have time to get into, nor should I, because I would make this thing longer than honestly I should have made it, and I didn't even want it to be this long, but it is. um so yeah, like it's just, guys, I think people really should recognize what they have power over and what they don't have power over. And when I say power, I mainly say you know control. Control and power aren't the same thing. Control is just like, I mean, they aren't the same thing, but they go hand in hand, because like you got. I'm trying to explain this, and I can't, because I don't think I even believe my own bullshit. But either way, guys, you gotta have control over certain things, and you need to realize what you have control over. Because when you realize what you have control over, that is when you can make moves in the moment. That's how you make lemons out of lemonade, guys. Not just some positive thinking, positive affirmation, all that fucking hippie shit. You gotta really look at, like, what can I do? What can I actually do? As opposed to this fucking, you can do anything. No, you can't. You can't do anything. And if you can't do anything, boss, then you sit there and you roll with the punches. That's what you can do. Roll with the punches. Somebody's dying. How do you deal with it? You deal with it. That's it. That's it. Off rip. Anyways, I think that's about it. You know, it's nothing else to say, really. I want to go in depth, but I think, this is definitely a topic we can go far further into later on. But for right now, guys, I just had to get that shit off my chest. And that's really it, guys. We're the masters of our own universe, but don't forget who the Grandmaster is. Thank y'all very much for listening. This has been episode 7 of the Smashcast Live. Next episode, I'm going to try to get something a little lighter, because I know I've been going hard. Uh, these last 2 episodes, last 3 episodes, I want to say, or just the last 2, especially this one. So I'm going to try to be a little lighter next time. I've been avoiding other shit because of copyright issues, but I think I'll be all right. Um, anyway, I mean it's a podcast. I think I'll be all right. Anyway, guys, thank you all very much for listening. Please follow the podcast IG Cash Smash All Ears, YouTube and Smash, TikTok and Smash 6, Anchor, the Tuesday night Smashcast, and Facebook and Smash. Thank y'all very much again. Take care.